stream, scarf up on the screen, chats red and roaring, typing every scene. From the top to the corners, you can feel that fire. Every little comment takes the roof up higher. Hey, everything Liverpool, we scream, comments flowing, chasing that dream. Oh, the Anfield dream. From the couch to the top we sing, hard on sleep for our favorite team. Oh, the Anfield dream. Scoreline in the sidebar, hearts race on delay. Jamie's laughing, leaning, reading names by name. I see you in the chat there, like we're pitch side two. All around the planet, it's the same review. Everything Liverpool, we scream, comments flowing, chasing that dream. Oh, the Anfield dream. From the couch to the cap we sing, hard on sleeve for our favorite team. Oh, the Anfield dream. The Anfield dream. Type your hope, hit that send. We're all fans in the end. From the first big cheer to the last replay, Jamie keeps the magic on the screen all day. Ah, yeah. Everything Liverpool, we scream, comments flowing, chasing that dream. Oh, the Anfield dream. From the couch to the top we sing, hard on sleeve for our favorite team. Oh, the Anfield dream. The Anfield dream. The Anfield dream. Type your hope, the Anfield dream. Oh, the Anfield dream. Jamie on the live stream.
خلاص 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 كل شيء.
Now I'm panicking.
Don't panic.
No, I am, because I'm going to lose my job.
But was you panicking?
Now I'm panicking.
Don't panic.
No, I am, because I'm going to lose my job.
But was you panicking?
There's been another fuck up.
Yes. Big up the chat, man. Big up the chat. How is everyone doing on this? Hi, Slop. How is everyone doing, man? How is everyone doing? Hope we're all doing good. Big up the chat. Big up everyone in the house. Brothers and sisters, how we all doing? Hope we're doing good. It's Friday. The summer is here. I'm in a great mood. I ain't gonna lie, man. I am in a great mood. I am feeling tippity top. Big up Coppish with the raid as well, obviously, my brothers. Thank you very much. Big up the Coppish crew raiding as well. Oh. Cheap green bedspread. Yeah, I haven't got my green screen on, have I? Do you know what? Do you know why I haven't got my green screen on? It's too hot to put on all the lights. You know what I'm saying? It's too hot. It's too hot to put on all the lights. Big up my man Scraps, man. Yeah, man. I am. Yeah, I'm gonna have a bit of fun today. Look, I'm gonna let everyone know right now. I'm gonna let everyone know right now. So no one can come back to me in an hour's time, half an hour's time, and get upset and angry with me, right? Do you know what? It's a bit dark in here, ain't it? I might have to actually turn the lights on. Oh, so just a little bit brighter. Guys, listen. I'm going to talk some stuff today, and it's my opinion only on how I feel. But I'll tell you right now, I'm going to be a cunt. Right? I'm letting you all that know right now from the off. From the off, I'm letting you all know right now, I'm going to be a bit of a cunt. All right? So now we've nipped that in the bud. Everyone knows Jamie's going to be a bit of a cunt today on this stream. I hear it. Now you can sit back and relax and chill out and just and we can have a bit of fun with everything, yeah? We can have a little bit of a chill and a little bit of relax with everything, yeah? Okay. Big up, Sean. Hey, I'm going to be honest, exactly, man. I ain't going to lie I'm being totally honest with you. It's Friday night. I've got things I want to say. But you guys, some of you guys not going to agree. But as I said, I've already said, Jamie's going to be a bit of a cunt. So just keep that in mind, yeah? Keep that in mind. Evil Jamie's here tonight. Big old joker, man. Going dark side, you know. I don't know why I'm drinking this. It's actually horrible, but it's like Pepsi, Diet Pepsi with cherry and vanilla. Yeah, it's horrible, but I'm thirsty. I will agree with everything. Facts. Big old Sean. Oh dear. Right. Before we start, make sure you hit the like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I think we've almost got 200 people in the house. Big up the Coppish boys with the raid. Much love to Drifty and Matt, my brothers over at Coppish. Before I start as well, big up to everyone who joined yesterday for the Vibes with Coppish show. Biggest show yet that we've done. Over 8,000 views on that at this moment in time. Great content, great fun. That show is going to get better and better and better every single Thursday. I did get one comment on it. He might be watching now as well. Big up to you if you're watching. He might have not understood the concept of the Vibe show. The Vibe show on a Thursday is not all about football talk. We just chat, have a laugh. So if you are new and you're like, what's this Thursday Vibe show about every Thursday night? It's an entertainment show. It's football and entertainment. We have a bit of a laugh. So, yeah, it's a good show, man. It's a good show. And appreciate everyone who joined yesterday. Be out, Bajan, man. Much love to Pops in the house. How you doing, man? It was good. It was good. It was a good crack, man. It was a good crack. But we're here today. As you can see by my thumbnail, when you join in today, we're here today to talk about one Ibu Konaté, who is leaving Liverpool by the 1st of June, which is what, Monday. He won't be a Liverpool defender anymore, Liverpool player anymore. And I don't look. You guys know me. I've not lied to you about Konaté or anything like that. This is not recency biased. you guys that have followed me for a long time now on this channel will know I've never really been a big Konaté fan. Right? So let's get that out. This is no recency bias coming into it or anything like that, what I'm about to say today. Never been his biggest fan. He's never been my favourite defender. You know, so how do I put this? Right, guys, remember, for people who's just joining, for people who's just joining the chat, Jamie, me, Phillips, myself, the man, this guy right here, I'm going to be a bit of a cunt, all right? I'm not going to repeat myself. I'm going to be a bit of a cunt, all right? But it's my views. The views today are my views and my views only. I don't give a shit that Konaté's left, right? Don't care. I actually don't care. You know, I haven't stopped laughing for almost 24 hours. I slept, you know where I slept last night? I slept like a dream last night. I went to sleep, I had a great, I had a good sleep. I even drank like 2 litres of water, which is something I never do. You know, hydrated, felt good, had a great sleep, woke up this morning, you know, woke up in a great mood. Yeah, man. I'm like, why am I in such a great mood? And I remembered, I was like, yeah. And everyone's breaking down. I've got my friends, my family, obviously, Coppish boys and all that. A lot of people are upset and all that, but I'm not going to be talking about people that I know or anything like that, about how people want to feel. Everyone can feel how they want to feel about a footballer, a player, or whatever, yeah? These are just my feelings and my feelings only. And I feel like I need to clarify a few things, you know, that people probably feel like I'm being out of order on certain subjects and I'm being out of order on Konaté. I want to talk about this first, yeah? Ibu is a very popular player, which I understand, yeah? He's very popular in the fan base. Very popular in the fan base. And respect to Konaté for having that popularity, yeah? And I think with popularity for a player, sometimes for me, you can be a bit tunneled vision for that player and a bit one-dimensional. I've done it myself. I've said before, I had favourites like Salahs and Gravenberches and stuff like that, right? Where I didn't see anything bad about the player, but then I worked out in time about, you know, with Grav, I'm quite happy if Grav gets sold this summer. You know, I'm quite happy for Mo to leave this summer. My whole thing with Mo was just the way he was being treated. So I have favourites, yeah, where I look upon my favourite in a different way, and I won't have anyone say shit about my favourite player. We've all been there. We're all there. We're all at it, yeah? This is not a problem. This is not a problem. But we're all a bit hypocritical, yeah? You know, we're all a bit hypocritical. I want to ask you guys in the chat a question, right? And remember, answer it truthfully. Answer it truthfully. Has Ibu Konaté performed well enough for you this year on his last year of his deal? This is a big thing as well. People keep forgetting, yeah? This is the last year of his deal. Did Konaté perform well enough on the last year of his deal to get a massive contract at the end of this season? Did he perform well enough? And answer it honestly, because I'm going to go more into it as well. Like the final year of his deal, were his performances good enough to generate a massive contract? No chance, no chance. Big up big up 90. I'll get you a comment in a minute, man. Because I will break everything down. Big up 90 plus. Big up, man. Big up my man Scraps as well. Right. I'm going to get to everything, yeah, because there is circumstances that had, you know, because I've seen it with Konaté today. Everyone brings up the circumstances of the year, yeah. right? And I'm going to get to that in a minute. I'm not ignoring the fact, right? I'm not ignoring that his dad passed away or anything like that, okay, guys? I'm not ignoring that. I just want to talk to you a minute. I'm going through it step by step so you can understand how I feel about the situation and why I think everyone's been a bit hypocritical. Ryan Gravenberch is not very popular in the Liverpool fan base. We can all agree with that. He's not very popular in the Liverpool fan base. Ryan Gravenberch had a good year last year, right? He's had a terrible year this year, a very bad year, right? Me as a big Ryan Gravenberch fan, even I recognise that, yeah? He's had a terrible year this year. Me included, and a lot of other Liverpool fans I talk to would be happy to see him be sold this summer. There's a lot of Liverpool content creators, a lot of people, Liverpool fans that you talk to would be like, yeah, I wouldn't mind if Ryan Gravenberch goes this summer, right? He's had a poor year. Alexis McAllister had a very poor year again. Very poor year. Now, you guys know my thoughts on McAllister. I don't think he's as good as a lot of people make him out to be. But he's had a terrible year. He's played 53 games this season. I think he's played more than any other Liverpool midfielder in midfield because Szoboszlai's played fullback a few times. Been awful this year, yeah? Last year, a lot of people saying he was world class. Let's not forget this, yeah? You know, people might forget, right? Last year, a lot of people saying world-class midfielder, one of the best in the league. This year, dog shit. What a lot of Liverpool fans want, they want him to be sold. They want him gone, right? Now, this is where I come full circle in this situation. I want Konaté gone because he's been dog shit all year. But because Konaté's popular, no one wants to hear it. But a lot of people that don't like Gravenberch or don't like McAllister, because they've been dog shit all year, want him gone. But they protect Konaté because he's a fan favourite. Do you see what I'm trying to say? Do you see what I'm trying? Like, there's, and I'm part of it. Yeah, I'm part of this. Yeah, I have a fan favourite that I will look at, and I will make excuses for him all day long. Right? That's what I do. It's what we do as fan favourites. Yeah, but we can't have an opinion for one person and a different opinion. Like, they've all been shit. Like, if I say Konaté's been crap this year, right, and I want him gone because of that, I don't think he's good enough, and people are shouting down at me and going, no, Konaté's all this and that. It's not his fault he doesn't have a right back, or Virgil's been off it this year, or Ali's been injured, and Mamardashvili's not good enough, and the midfield's not good enough. But then I could use the same excuse with Gravenberch. I could go, look, Gravenberch has not played he's not playing the position he played last season where he got Young Player of the Year. He hasn't got his right back either now because Trent's left. McAllister can't move, who plays next to him. So could you say there's the same sort of excuse for Gravenberch this year? As you know, because we weren't making them excuses to Grav last year. Everyone was lauding Grav up. Young Player of the Year. Best DM in the league. That's what a lot of people were saying. This year it's gone to shit, but a lot of people want him gone. But we don't use the same excuse. You know what I mean? This is the thing. Now, I'll give Ibu credit. When his dad passed away, and we found out that his old man passed away, I think for 4 or 5 games, Ibu was quality. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sit here and lie, right? For the 4 or 5 games after we found out his old man passed away and he went to the funeral and that, then 4 or 5 games after that, Ibu was very good. Very good. I'm not going to lie to you. But they were his best 4 and 5 games in the whole season. For the whole season, then 4 or 5 games were the best he played the whole entire year. That was it. That's I got from Konaté this season was 4 or 5 very good games. So I'm not going to sit here and lie. I'm not going to say we, dead the whole year. There was 4 or 5 games after his dad passed away, which takes a lot of courage and a lot of bottle and a lot of, oomph and a lot of character to do that. It was the same with Alisson when his old man passed away. He gets the winning goal against West Brom against us Champions League football. There's something about it that's amazing. I could never know how that feels because it's not happened to me. But, I give Konaté all the credit in the world for that, yeah? And then we go on the other subject of things. All the players have been crap. Yeah? Probably apart from maybe Szoboszlai. All the players have been crap, yeah? All the players have been crap this year. Mitigating circumstances. They lost Diogo Jota. It's hurt them badly. If that's the case, then no one should have want Arne Slot out because it's not Arne Slot's fault. We can't keep defending someone, going against another person, and then saying, mitigating like everyone was crap, the players weren't feeling it, and then wanting the manager sacked. Like we keep changing. As a Liverpool fan, we keep changing what platform the train is on every single time. Oh, I want Slot gone. He's dog shit. He's made the players worse. Then you like, all the players have not been good this season. Look, they're Jota's friend. I can understand it. He's not performed well because it may Jota's situation. Maybe then you can't blame the manager all the time. So where are we at? Where are we at with this situation? Look. As Scrap says, we gotta stop picking and choosing the narrative we want to go down on. And as I say as well, yeah. If you've got your favourite footballer, you're in your title right to protect him, move the goalposts and all that. I'm all right with it. I don't mind. Look, I have arguments and debates with people a lot about this situation, yeah. I've been shouted down, I've been shouted out, I've been shouting at other people. I'll give it as much as everyone gives it to me, yeah, about this Konaté situation for a long time now. It's just not this season. Talking like this last season. There's always been a mistake in Ibu. That's why Ibu's not a world-class defender. There's always been mistakes in his game. He turns off occasionally. For a man as big as he is, as quick as he is, he should be the ultimate centre-back. And that is the one thing everyone gets wrong about me as well. This is the one thing everyone gets wrong about me. Everyone just thinks I'm blind hatred for Konaté. I've got blind hatred for Konaté. It's not the truth. And here's the truth about what I feel about Ibu Konaté. Ibu Konaté has all the fucking traits to be the best centre-back in the world. He's got the size, the physicality, the strength, the height, the speed, the power. He has all the fucking capabilities God gave him to be one of the best centre-backs in the world. And he's 27. He should be one of the best centre-backs in the world, without a single question about it. and that's the thing that annoys me the most, because he's not. What's stopping Ibu? What stops Ibu being the best defender in the world is Ibu himself. And it's all, I've said this time now. I think with a lot of footballers, you can have all the quality in the world, yeah? If you're not got it up here, you won't be the player you should be. I think mentally, you can have all the technical ability, you can have all the skill. But if you're not mentally got it up here, you sometimes won't be. How many footballers have you guys seen in your lifetime that are absolute fucking ballers, right? But they never go to that level. They never become that player. And you sit back there in 20 years' time and go, that player, how the fuck did that player never reach that level? It's because mentality. You got to have it up there. The best players in the world have some of the best mentality in the world as well. And I think that's the thing that stops Ibu. And that's what annoys me the most, guys. That's what annoys me the most, man. That's why I'm done with Ibu. I just don't see that ever happening. I don't see Ibu ever becoming this world-class centre-back. Now, he might go to PSG and look fantastic in France and stuff like that. And people then go, oh my God, we should never have sold him like Diaz and all that because he's got all this GA. And watch Anthony Gordon get like 30 GA for Barcelona next season. And everyone go, oh my God, why didn't we get Anthony Gordon, right? Like, guys, that is my reason on the Konaté thing. My thing is not pure hatred. My thing on Konaté is not pure hatred at all. It's a feeling that I'm pissed off. In my opinion, he never became the defender at Liverpool that he should have become. And that's how I feel about this situation. And nothing's ever going to stop me feeling like that. And that's why I'm not concerned about him leaving. Now, the way he's left. So the way he's left, going on a free transfer. I see the club getting a lot of blame for this, yeah? Why is Ibu not getting any blame? Why is Ibu not getting any blame? Ibu come out and told the world that contract's almost done and all that. And then he leaves on a free transfer. Ibu got everyone rolled up. Konaté's coming here. Konaté's staying. Konaté's staying. Konaté's staying. Got everyone rolled up. And then he's going on a free transfer. So should Konaté get some blame for it? I think it works both ways. Look, I don't know what Konaté is asking for transfer contract-wise. We never will. Yeah, obviously there's rumours he wanted to be the highest of the highest earners at Liverpool Football Club. For me, it's not a... I mean, I saw the thing about bonuses as well. Like, what are the bonuses? How much are the bonuses? This is another thing. So if he's earning a flat contract of 250, between 250 to 300 grand a week, let's say, how much are the bonuses on top of that? How much do the bonuses take his contract over? Does the bonuses on top make his contract then 300 and 350 grand a week? And Liverpool probably look at that and think he ain't worth it. Now, that's the club. That's what the club are paid to do. That's what these people are paid to do. Is a player worth that? I don't know. But here's Liverpool's issue. They obviously paid Cody Gakpo and Gravenberch big contracts. So Ryan Gravenberch got his new contract after having an excellent season. So they gave him a reward for being a young player of the year. They gave him a new contract. I understand it. I understand Ryan Gravenberch's contract more than I understand Cody Gakpo's. I do. Ryan Gravenberch got young player of the year. And everyone was lauding him. Everyone was on social media going, best DM in the country, best DM in the country. These people, listen to it, guys. We know the Liverpool bosses look at social media. We've heard John Henry talk about it recently. We've heard the players talk about it recently. They listen to us more than you guys believe they do. They see everything you're writing and typing. When you're all typing and all talking about, Ryan Gravenberch last season, best DM in the league, best young player of the league last year, Liverpool thought, you know what, let's give him a new contract. So that's what they did. They rewarded him. Now, it's been dog shit this year. And a lot of people, including me, was like, maybe better off letting him go, man. You know what I mean? It's... Contracts are weird things, guys. Contracts are weird things at the end of the day. I don't agree with Cody Gakpo's contract at all. I don't even really agree with how much money Ryan Gravenberch got, by the way. But I understand why Ryan Gravenberch got the contract. I don't agree with how much he got, though. I think that's just a bit much. Big up Scraps who just DM'd me this. One source indicated that Liverpool made a big offer for Konaté, relative of a desire to keep him. With the talks first started in November 23, but the terms were kept being pushed up. That is from Paul Joyce himself. So Paul Joyce has said Liverpool made Konaté a big offer that he received, and Liverpool are willing to keep him. Talking back in November 23, but the terms get getting pushed further and further up. That's from Paul Joyce himself. Again, We're not going to know how much Konaté wanted, man. None of us are going to know how much Konaté wanted. He's probably never going to come out. Big up Lauren in the chat, man. Lauren, it's been a while. It's been a while. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. I don't know how much Virgil wanted. I have no idea. No idea. None. Not Virgil, Konaté, sorry. I have no idea how much Konaté wanted. Look, I think Konaté at Liverpool had his best season last season in his whole entire Liverpool career. His best season was last season. You know, whatever, if we still count as this season as this season. The season before that, in Klopp's last season, I thought Konaté was bad again. When he joined Liverpool, he only played 11 Premier League games. He couldn't get Matip out of the team. The year after that, he suffered from injuries. So apart from, I would say, last season, you know, the title winning season, I don't think Konaté's performed. I think in a whole year, that was Konaté's best performance was the title winning season from beginning to end. I think the year before that, he had injuries, also lost his place to Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa kept his place. Then Kwanzaa started the season for Arne Slot in front of Konaté, which tells you maybe Slot never fancied Konaté anyway. And then obviously Kwanzaa was terrible in that game against Ipswich. Konaté came in and played really well. So that title winning season, I would actually say that's the best Konaté's ever performed for Liverpool Football Club. As I said, when he joined, he only played 11 Premier League games because of injury and Matip being so good. The year after that, I think he had injuries as well. Didn't play as many games as he should have. And then he had that real good. He's had 2 years now, pretty much been injury free. This season just gone, and the title winning season. So, when were Liverpool ever going to be able to offer him a contract in between these times? Because that's what a lot of people say. Why weren't Konaté signed up before then? When? Like, we know they've been talking since 2023, November 23. They've been trying to do this deal, which, by the way, is ridiculous. I don't know what the fuck Liverpool are doing. If you know you ain't going to sign a contract by 24, just fucking sell him. What you're doing, and that's part of Liverpool's problem there, which I'll talk about as well. But you know, first few years at Liverpool, didn't play enough games, blighted by injuries. I don't see where a contract extension comes in. 23 into 24, he's more injury free. He's not actually injured at all for like them 2 seasons, and maybe that's when you do it. But that's up to Liverpool. Liverpool fucked up. Look, if they were talking in November 23, by November 24, they should have realised he ain't signing a contract and sold him. It should have been a year. It should have been a year later. By November 24, they should have gone, this guy is not go sign a new deal. That's just get rid and sell him, right? And get a bit of money for him. So that's down on the club. You know, us letting players leave for free all the time is stupid, right? That's down on the football club. It's not, you know, all players are in their right to ask whatever they want for a contract. I'm not going to disagree with that. But then the club have got to be smart. They've got to be like, he's not going to sign this deal, man. Don't matter what we offer him, sell him. It was the same with Trent. It was very obvious from early that Trent did not want to sign a new deal at Liverpool and he wanted to go to Real Madrid. Liverpool should have sold Trent. Virgil and Mo wanted to sign new deals. That's why Liverpool weren't concerned about Mo and Virgil. They signed new deals. And then, obviously, when Mo had 1 year left in his deal, they decided to let him go for free, which I don't fucking understand. It makes no sense to me. And I'll get to all that in a minute. But, yeah, I just find everything a bit hypocritical right now. Do you know what I mean? That's all I find. I think we all got favourite players. Everyone's got favourite players. I think with Konaté, a lot of people move the goalposts and always have reasons for his poor performances all the time. I don't know why. They just do. Maybe, look, as I said earlier, I was like that with Gravenberch last season when some people didn't even rate him. As well this season. I was rating Gravenberch all season till recently. And I was like, no, Grav's great. I didn't see it. And I'm totally honest with you. You guys in the chat know this. I was waxing lyrical about Gravenberch even this season till lately. And in recent weeks, I've been like, no, you guys were right. Grav's saying not right about his game at the moment. He's not, he's not doing his job. He's not, what is he good at? It's a bit worrying now, but we're going this big, it's all confusing. But then we go to the other side of things where we're going to talk about coaching. And it's the performance of the players from a coaching point of view, which is a fine argument, right? And it's a good argument to have. What players are performing well with the coaching that's going on right now? Szoboszlai, Ekatike was performing well. Rio, when he played, was performing well. Virgil at times this season has performed well. Not all season though. Been not been great for Virgil this year, but he did perform well at times. Curtis Jones has performed well this season. I'm finding it tough, man. I'm finding it tough to find anyone else. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. Players have performed badly. Coaching has been bad. But as I said, I'm not coming into this with recency bias, man. I've not been told. I've not come into this with recency bias like I said to you guys at the beginning. I said to you guys at the beginning, I'm going to be a cunt, right? You guys might not like it, right? You guys might not agree with me. You guys might think I just hate the geezer for about hating the geezer. So I warned you all at the beginning. But I'm not coming in this with recency bias. I've not been a big Konaté fan since day dot. The thing about his game I just don't like. He can't pass for shit. And when people say he can pass, it's because everyone stops. And then it's easy to pass. Like, someone gave me an example of Konaté's passing the other day because I said he can't pass. And they were showing me examples, right? And I'm like, the whole opposition team is standing still. I could pass. Like, what we doing here? Like, it's not hard. Oh my God. It's just, it's crazy to me. Crazy. Maybe it's me, man. I don't know. Grav can't pass and he's a midfielder, exactly. But I stuck up for him. And because he was a fan favourite of me, which is why I'm not going to get upset with people that are fan favourites of Konaté. I get it. I've been there myself. But I just want to explain to everyone why I'm not bothered by this. I'm not bothered by Ibu leaving. I really ain't. What I am bothered by is Liverpool leaving a gaping hole in their midfield for next season. That is what I am bothered by, in their centre-backs. That is what I'm bothered by. You know, you need to replace him with an experienced centre-back. You know, I like Leone. Jamari Shaqai, I don't know anything about, but we paid a lot of money for him. So you expect that, you know, the club really rate him. So that's where I'm at. I'm not lying to you. I'm not pretending or anything. He's not my guy, man. He's not my guy. I actually think, why I'm trying to do this for chills. What I actually think, big up the chat, I'll get back to the chat in a minute. I actually think that's why we were desperate to sign Gay, you know. I think Gay was going to be the replacement. I think Gay was going to be Konaté's replacement. They were always going to get Shaqai and the youngsters in. They wanted Gay, man. And then I think Gay was going to take Virgil's spot eventually. And then it would have been Gay and Shaqai or something like that. I think that's what they were looking into. I think that's what they were personally looking into. Now, I'm not sure. Now I'm not too sure, man. Now I'm not. Yeah. Now I'm not too sure. Let me just get back to this chat. I've done that now, so I can get off that. Yeah, if we got Guy, look, we fucked around with Mark Gahey. Liverpool thought, look, to be fair, Liverpool got the deal for Mark Gahey, and he went actually for less than that deal in January. The rug got pulled under their feet last minute, and it never happened. But Mark Gahey was coming to Liverpool for a reason. Remember the summer? Let's go back last summer when we was after Mark Gahey. Mark Gahey said he would only leave Palace if he was certain he was going to be a first-team regular at the new club he was going to. And all of a sudden, he said, yeah, to Liverpool. He said, yeah, to Liverpool. Yeah, the wages were mad, to be fair, Lauren. You are right. That's why they probably got him a little bit cheaper, because they could pay the wages. And he probably got a bigger sign-on fee. Obviously was conversations that Gahey would come in for Liverpool. He would play a lot of football this season, either for Virgil or Konaté. And if Konaté left this summer and we had Mark Gahey, we had Xhaka, we had Leone, and we had Virgil, I don't think there'd be too much of an uproar right now. Maybe there would be, because a lot of people really rate and love Ibou Konaté for whatever reason it is. But I think everyone would be a bit calmer of the thing if they went, oh, all right, okay, he's going, but I've got Virgil, I've got Gahey for next season. I've got Xhaka, they just pay 65 million for, so they must believe he's a talent. And Leone is a talent. I watched him at Parma. Leone's a talent. So I think people will be like, okay, all right, I can handle that. I can handle that. We can move. I'm excited to see what the two youngsters can do next season. Mark Gahey was a good bit of business. Virgil's still here. We can go next season. There was a reason we was after Mark Gahey, people. There's a reason we was after Mark Gahey. And that reason is because they wanted to kill two birds with one stone. They wanted to get someone in who can probably replace Virgil in a couple of seasons. And they had a top draw centre-back if Konaté was doing what Konaté does. I don't think the club have ever fully trusted Konaté. I don't think Klopp ever fully trusted Ibou. I don't think Slot's ever completely trusted Ibou either. I don't think Ibou... I think Virgil has made Ibou look even better than he actually is, in my opinion, because Virgil can do that to anyone. I'm going to say something right now that a lot of people are going to get mad at, right? A lot of people are going to get mad at. I think prime Joe Gomez, when he partnered Virgil van Dijk, was a better all-round defender than Konaté. Not no more. Konaté is obviously a better defender now than Gomez is. But I'm talking about prime Gomez back in the day. Him and Virgil, I think, were a better partnership than him and Konaté, than Virgil and Konaté. Anytime Ibou isn't playing with Virgil, he looks so fucking stinky. Exactly, Lauren. Exactly. I'll big up my man, Ram. That's not a mad take. Gomez was exactly, Ram. Exactly. Gomez was a talented boy, man. It's just a fact. It's just a shame he's so injury prone and his body's completely ruined now, because I think if Joe Gomez, here's the thing, guys. If Joe Gomez never had injury concerns, Joe Gomez is England's best defender. And him and Virgil would be our partnership even now. If Joey never had injury issues and his body was 100% fit all the time, firstly, he's England's best centre-back. And him and Virgil would have been our defensive partnership for years. And I think they would have been excellent. I think they would have been excellent. Yeah, Matip was quality. Matip, do you know what, Ram? Matip was the most underrated centre back ever. And this is why I say about Konaté. When Konaté came in, Klopp had Matip there. Matip had injury concerns as well, but we all knew Matip was the superior centre back. It took a while for Konaté to get in the team. He only played 11 Premier League games in his first season because of injuries and Joel Matip. Then the following season, still Joel Matip, but Matip's injury started to get a bit worse. Konaté started to get more games. And then obviously when Matip left, Konaté was number one dog with Virgil. So I look back on Konaté's career at Liverpool and I think he's won a lot of trophies and he's done really well for Liverpool, but he should have done better in my opinion. I think he should have been a better centre-back by now. Maybe I'm being harsh. He's a 27-year-old guy. Maybe I'm being harsh and maybe people think I'm being harsh. I just look at Konaté with all the attributes God gave him. In my opinion, at 27, he should be a far better centre-back than he is right now. I think he should be undeniably world-class, and he's not. And I don't know if he will be. He might be going to PSG. If he goes to PSG, it might make him world-class over there playing less football, less aggressive, can get away with a little bit more because let's face it, none of us are watching PSG every week. There might be the odd game, someone go, oh, Konaté pulled up a madness, and then 2 weeks ago he was dog shit, but no one's going to report that, are they? It's like the Diaz thing at Bayern Munich. Everyone brings up his stats, but in some games when you watch Diaz at Bayern Munich, he's pulling up stinkers, but no one talks about that. So yeah, that's what that's where I am with the Konaté situation, man. I agree, James. Still not first choice for France either. Big up, man. It's depressing, man, because we've got a lot to do in January, in the summer, The one thing I will agree with you, Jay, but it's still mad. Konaté hasn't reached his potential 6 months, and a bit part player don't count for the talent and potential. That's what I'm saying, Ram. He's got everything in his locker to be a superb, world-class defender. All the attributes he got. You look at what he is. He's 6'4". He's physical. He's strong. He's quick. He's powerful. He should be so dominant. He should be such a dominant centre-back that how long his potential go for? Can you still say a player's got potential at 27? Be Andrew, man. Can you still say a player's got potential at 27, or should you say he should be coming into the peak of his powers by now? Now, how long does potential go for? Like I look at Leone and Jacquet, potential. They're 19. There's potential there. I can't go, Konaté potentially can still get there. And that's the thing as well. Like does anyone in the chat believe Virgil could have been that guy once Virgil van Dijk retired? As Virgil van Dijk leaves Liverpool, say Konaté signed his new contract, right? Say Konaté signed his new contract. Does anyone believe that Virgil could be the lead? Konaté could be the leading centre back, the superior centre back, the great centre back, taking over Virgil as the leader of that back line? Because even if you buy a new player in that's going to replace Virgil, he's not going to be that leader straight away because he's just come to Liverpool. So you look at Konaté, you look at Ibu as that leader, that guy. Eventually, you'd help the person you bought in for Virgil's going to be a high level. So eventually they become that leader. But straight away, they wouldn't be. They'll come in. They're like, I'm replacing Virgil, which is a massive upheaval on its own and a lot of weight on your shoulders. Also, you got to look for Ibu for inspiration and a bit of help because he's the senior figure. He's the senior defender. And that was a thing for me as well. That's why I'm at with Virgil, and it's not a hate thing. It's not a me just hating on him and stuff like that at all. It really ain't. It really ain't. It's the fact that I looked at a defender who had so much potential and promise, and now I think he's 27 now, and I look at it and go, I can't keep calling it potential when you're 27 years of age. You should be that guy now, and I hope you go on and have a good career. You won many things with Liverpool. We thank you for it, but I'm not losing my head over it. I really ain't. I'm not losing sleep in my head over Ibu Konaté leaving Liverpool. I'm really not. Really not. I've never rated him. And yeah. Never been there for him, man. Not my guy. But if Konaté's your guy, back him all the way, guys. Back him all the way. I think I had a few supers. Let me get to them. Big up, man. Eddie, in my opinion, players are employees of the football club. They should not be demanding what their bosses pay them, and they are contracted employees. Big up, Eddie, man. But not replacing Konaté's criminal. We got to leave ourselves short again. That's the issue, yeah. That is the issue, and I agree. We have to make sure. Big up the supers, man. We have to make sure we replace him. What age was Virgil when he came that guy? Probably 24, 25, I would say. Because Virgil was immense at Celtic. He was immense at Southampton. And he was immense at Liverpool. Yeah, Virgil was out of this world at Southampton. Virgil van Dijk was the best defender in the league at Southampton. That's why we went and bought him. But Virgil is an alien, and it's hard to, Konaté's never getting Virgil level, is he? You know what I mean, I think we can all agree there. Virgil's a different, that's a different beast. You put him over there with some of the great Italian defenders and Dutch defenders and German defenders and French defenders, of all time. He's different. You leave him over there. Exactly, Ram. Virgil's different at Southampton. The thing is, Virgil never got his. I remember there was a Southampton game and Gary Neville was commentating on it, I believe, if I remember rightly. And when he was when Gary Neville started commentating on Sky, and he said Virgil was the best defender in the league. Virgil was superb, man. Virgil's different gravy, man. Virgil's different gravy. Look, even this year, I think Virgil's had some bad games this year. But I still think he's been our best defender. But he's been normal. Do you know what's happened to Virgil van Dijk, guys? He's become human. That's what's happened to Virgil van Dijk. It's taken a long time. He's just become human now. Before that, he was like an android someone created. That's what he was, yeah? We bought this android that someone in a lab made, right? They made the ultimate centre-back. And unfortunately for us now, Virgil has just turned human, yeah? Virgil can now be killed, sort of thing. He's a human being. But the thing is, he's still our best defender. He's still our best defender by a landslide. Even this season, he was better than Virgil. Look, Virgil was better than Konaté this season. I might argue, I'm not going to argue with people backing Konaté as their guy, right? But I am going to argue if anyone says Konaté was better than Virgil this season. Virgil was still better. What people don't realise is that Virgil talks to everyone on the back line. Yeah, he helps out everyone, man. Like when Ibu's wandering off for no reason, Virgil has to cover him. When Kirkes is wandering off for no reason, Virgil has to cover him. Virgil, do you know what happened there? Do you know what's happened? Virgil has been covering everyone's arse for 7 to 8 years now. And this year, he needed someone to cover his arse. And no one did. That's what's happened. Virgil's probably, fuck this, I can't be bothered. And Virgil's performed badly this year. For a player of Virgil's ability, he's had a bad year, right? It's like a 5 out of 10 season, where Konaté's had a 3 out of 10 season. That's so they've both been back. I'm not saying Konaté, I'm not saying Virgil's been worldly or anything like that, but Virgil's looking for help now. Virgil's looking for help. He's 34. He's looking for a little bit of help. Virgil couldn't carry it all himself this season. He needed a little bit of help. He needed his defensive partner to maybe carry him for a little while. Unfortunately, he never got that. Be out Lauren with the super. Virgil couldn't carry the whole team this year. He's one man. We have been worse without him. Keep him to his 40. Yes, yes, Lauren, I 100% agree, man. I 100% agree. 100% agree. And the midfield in front of them's been terrible. Do you know what I mean? Midfield's been terrible. Whole team's been terrible. But do you know what? I'm not going to lose everything as an excuse for individual performances. I'm going to keep it quiet. I'm going to look at individual performances as individual performances this season. I can't go. I'm going to be fair here, guys, because here's the thing. I don't want to move goalposts or anything like that about. Yeah, we know our midfield's been dog shit this year. Our system's been dog shit this year. Our style of play, our formation, everything of that this year has been bad. It really has. But individual performances can still get you out of trouble and stuff like that. So I'm not going to look too deep into that yet because, again, if we go down the individual, if we go down the team thing like that, of players being bad, system being bad, then no one should be wanting Gravenberch to be sold. No one should be wanting McAllister to be sold. No one should be wanting any of these players to be sold. Keep them all, because it weren't any of their faults. So I don't want to go down that rabbit hole because then we're like, everyone argues back and forth about everything and it's just makes no sense to me. Makes no sense. I would look. So let me put this final point on the Rio stuff, man. Be out David King, man. David says I would have left if I was Konaté. 2 clubs a choke. Big up David, man. Who's a Chelsea fan. Big up. I mean, David, if you're a Chelsea fan, man, you just finished 10th, man. I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? Pot, kettle, all that sort of thing, yeah. Look, I'll leave it as this on this Konaté situation. Oh, is it a Firmino shirt? Oh, I do apologise. My eyes are really bad. It is a Bobby Firmino shirt. Why do I think that was a Chelsea shirt? I do apologise, David King. I do apologise. I ain't got my fucking glasses on. That would help, wouldn't it? Blind as a bat. Sorry, David King. I do apologise. I'm getting old around here. My eyes don't work. So, do you know, I saw the blue and I swear it said Fernandez. So big up, David. Much love, man. Much love. That's why I wear glasses. Big up, David, man. Many apologies, mate. Many apologies. Sorry, David, man. If Backerball's out the World Cup, then it's slot. Yeah. And that's where we have different conversations. Yeah, well, yeah. What would you have done if you were Konaté? Depends what they're offering me. Look, again, players, if they think they know their worth and a club doesn't match their worth, then they're in their right to leave. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be... Look, if Konaté believes he's worth 300 grand a week and the club don't, then we are where we are. It's not much you can do about it. The club ain't going to just give him the 300 grand a week. And, if the club think he's a 200 grand a week centre-back, if the club are looking at Konaté and thinking, look, You're 27. If we give you a 4-year deal, takes you what, 31, 32, takes you to 32 on 300 grand a week, but you have seasons, but you have seasons like you've had this season. That don't make sense. But if we give you 200 grand a week and you improve a little bit more in the next 2 years, then we can give you another contract on top of that. You got to remember, Liverpool clubs sometimes want to give, you know, Konaté's 27, yeah? If the club, this is what I'm trying. Let's think about it as a club right here. Let's be the club. Let's do a bit of roles reversed around here. Let's do a club thing. Right, Ibu is probably wanting a 4-year deal. Beautiful. Sorry, I've got a really dry throat. Ibu probably wanting I do apologise, guys. That dry throat there. Ibu probably wants a 4-year deal. 27. They've been talking for a while. Probably looked at it like 27, like 4 years takes all to 30. Probably last year is probably thinking, give me a 4-year deal, takes me up to 30. I want to be in line with some of the top earners at the football club, which at the time was Salah, Virgil, Wirtz, players like that, the players who were 200 and above. I want to be in line with some of the top earners. And the club are probably thinking, okay, all right. We're thinking around 200. We're thinking around 200 grand a week. Because if we give you 200 grand a week, but your performances in the next 2 seasons after that contract signed improve, we can come back to the table and maybe we can give you a new contract where you get that 300 grand a week. And then we had 2 years on top of that, take you to 33, 34, 300 grand a week, job done. You've signed 2 contracts in 2 years. We keep it moving. That's maybe what the club were thinking. Now, it's come to where we are today. He's 27. Club might be offering him a 4-year deal still. And now his performance has not been great. And the club are thinking, look, if we give you more than 250, 300 grand a week, and you keep having performances like you've had this season, there's no return for us there. But if we give you 200 grand a week and your performances really pick up in the next 2 seasons, we can come back to the table and get a little add-on to your contract you got now, a little 2-year add-on to what you got, and up your wages by 50 to 100 grand, and then everyone's happy. But Konaté probably felt like, you know what? No, I want this flat fee. I want 4-year deal. I want 250. So the rumours going out there at the moment, they might not be true, by the way, so we have to take this with a grain of salt. The rumours out there right now is Ibu wanted something between 250 to 300 grand a week with bonuses on top, yeah? Which probably takes it just over the 300 grand mark or the 300 grand mark over 4 years. The club are probably looking at that thinking 300 grand with the bonuses, 250 with bonuses, taking it to 300 grand a week for a 4-year deal. You've had the season you've had injuries in the past. You're not Virgil van Dijk. Remember how hard it was to get Virgil van... Guys, remember how Virgil van Dijk was on 200 grand a week, yeah? For quite a long time until last year when he got his massive contract, right? The club are going to look at it and go, you are not Virgil van Dijk. You are not Virgil van Dijk money. Virgil van Dijk was on 220 grand a week. Remind me, guys. I think Virgil van Dijk was on originally 220 grand a week for quite a while, for a few years, yeah? But he's Virgil van fucking Dijk. Virgil van Dijk should have actually been on 300 grand a week before he signed his new contract last year. Should have been on 300 anyway. He went from 220 to 400 or whatever it is. All right, 350. The club will look at it probably thinking you're not Virgil van Dijk. So we think you're 200 grand a week. That's what we believe you are. Virgil is Virgil. He was on 220. If we give you 220, you're basically on what Virgil was on at the time, but you're not Virgil levels. You're never getting 350 grand a week from us. You're not Virgil levels. You're not getting that. So if Liverpool have offered between 200 and 220 grand a week and Konaté's not accepted that, then that's up to Ibu. I'm not actually going to blame the club. I'm not actually going to blame the club if I find out that they offered him between 200 and 220 grand a week, because I think that's worth it. What do you guys think he's worth in the chat? What do you guys in the chat? What do you think Konaté should have been offered? And be truthful about it. Be truthful about it. What do you think the club should have offered Konaté to stay at Liverpool? Let me go in the chat. I'd say 250, 225 with bonuses, 200 max. If Gakpo's 250, 300. Yeah, that's if you believe Gakpo's on 250. Right, guys, we can't compare defenders to attackers either, contract-wise. 225, no bonuses. Nor says about if you want your 300 plus, then yeah. 250 with an add-on. 200 plus bonuses. I'm all right with 200 plus bonuses. That's good. No more than 215 in case if standard improves. Same as Gravenberch and Gakpo around that 220 mark. Beat Emil says they already agreed on wages. Apparently, Emil, it's come out now by Paul Joyce saying the wages that weren't all agreed on. The wages kept going up and up. So this is what I'm saying. We've got a lot of misinformation out there. And what are the bonuses? Were the bonuses, included on top? What did the bonuses take the contract to? What did the bonuses take the contract to? So if we believe Mo Salah's contract, right? Let me have a look. So Mo Salah's contract apparently, let's just run out. People go to believe what they want to believe at the end of the day. So Mo Salah's contract was estimated to be 400 grand a week fixed, but it could have been anywhere between, it's 400 grand a week fixed, no bonuses, but the bonuses on top of that took it apparently to 600 grand a week. Right, that was for Mo Salah. Virgil van Dijk at this moment in time is on 350 grand a week fixed. Isaac is on 280. Apparently Cody Gakpo's on 250. Florian Wirtz is on 200. Yeah, so Ryan Gravenberch's contract apparently is the same money he had before, but they've just added bonuses on top of it. So I don't know. All this is rumor and conjecture. You know what I mean? We're never ever going to know their actual wage. But it says here, so Ryan Gravenberch is on 150 grand a week, but his new contract added bonuses on top of that. And the bonuses on top of that take it to 220 grand a week. So that's Ryan Gravenberch's new deal. So he had the same deal. He had bonuses put on top of it, apparently, according to this site, that took him to 220 a week. So I don't know. I don't know. We don't know what he's asking. I don't know what he's asking. I would have been very happy, and I think a lot of you put it in the chat, between that 200, 220, 230, 250 mark, yeah, with bonuses included. I would have been happy with that. For me, I think Ibu Konaté he hasn't shown me that he's worth more than 200 grand a week for a centre back. Now, a lot of people will go, Mark Gay's on 300 grand a week at Man City. Mark Gay's not worth 300 grand a week, right? Unfortunately, we shouldn't be comparing what players get at other clubs to what we're willing to pay. I'm not like Liverpool were never paying Mark Gay 300 grand a week when we were going for him, guys. Does anyone actually believe we were giving Mark Gay 300 grand a week? and he was happy to join Liverpool. Remember, he had the Liverpool kit on, doing his fucking medical in the summer. I doubt we were giving him 300 grand a week. So we probably were giving him 150, 180, maybe 200 max. I very much doubt we were giving him 300 grand a week. So I don't know, man. Do you know what? He actually took a pay cut, Sam. Graham Birch took a pay cut to join Liverpool. He was on more on there. He was on more on there by Munich. Took a pay cut. I mean, I'm just looking from a club point of view. I don't think the club will go and value Konaté at 27 to be better than Virgil at 27. So that's how they were probably looking at it. Virgil's contract, I believe, when he was 27, 28, was about 200 grand a week. They probably looked at it and thought Ibu is not as good as Virgil at 27. So he's probably not going to be on. Why would they put him on Virgil money at that age? That's how they might have looked at it, guys. Honestly, that's how they might have looked at it. They might have looked at it like that. I don't know. I have no idea. But, yeah, I reckon that as well, Emil. I reckon Gay would have been 200k. Yeah, I reckon as well, Emil. I reckon that's what he would have gone for. That's what I'm saying. Like, we were never going to give him a 300 that Man City gave him. Do you know what I mean? That was just what Man City do. They paid over the odds for him because they got him a little bit cheaper. But I reckon we have probably paid 180 to 200 grand a week from him, for Mark Gay here. Look, if that's true and we get Schlotterbeck, then everyone's happy. Yeah? Schlotterbeck and Virgil, Leone and Xhaka, everyone's happy. Look, I would got to buy a Konaté replacement. I'm not sitting here. I'm not. What the club are doing is a bit weird at the moment. You know, all these free transfers. It's a bit mad. Konaté going, as I've said to you already, I don't mind. I don't mind Konaté leaving. What I do mind, though, is not replacing. I hate that. I don't mind people leaving. It's the fact that we don't replace them. That's what's pissing me off. I didn't mind Luis Diaz leaving last year. My whole issue was we never replaced him. That was if we got Barcola to replace Diaz last year, I'm fucking fine. Do you know what I mean? I think most of us are. But the fact that we never replaced him, that's the issue. Look, Mo Salah's leaving at the end. I love Mo Salah bits. He's my guy, yeah. I have batted for Mo Salah time and time again this season. I backed him against the manager. I was all for Mo. I still acknowledge that Mo's been shit this year, yeah. But I'd keep Mo next season, all right? I'd keep Mo for the next few seasons if it was up to me, right? But Mo Salah don't want to be a sub. Mo Salah's just one of them players who don't want to be a sub. By the way, neither did Steven Gerrard. Gerrard said it himself. He didn't want to be a sub at Liverpool when he knew the midfielders playing in front of him weren't as good as him. It would have frustrated him to shit. So he didn't want to be a part of that. And Mo's looking at it like that as well. Mo's looking at fucking Frimpong playing at right wing. Do you reckon Mo's not pissed off for that? That he's sitting on a bench going, yeah, I know I've been shit. But seriously, a right back is taking my position? Do you know what I mean? Like, so I'm all about, I don't mind people leaving. It's replacing these players and how you fucking do it. I'm worried how Liverpool go do it in the summer. How Liverpool go replace Mo Salah? You got to go and get a fucking good winger, yeah? No, you got to get quality in, right? Even if it's, I mean, Diamonde. Look, I watched an interview earlier about Diamonde, and I'd be surprised if Diamonde left Leipzig this year unless they got a massive deal. The owner of the sporting director at Leipzig now, the bloke who basically runs Leipzig and runs Red Bull, wants 120 million for Diamonde now. 120 million euros. He's only had one season in top flight football. I would be surprised if Diamonde leaves Leipzig now. Wouldn't shock me if he stays one more year. Unless Liverpool believe he's the guy and they're going to take a massive gamble and a big chance and spend 100 million quid on him to get him through the door just so they got him and don't have to wait unless someone takes him. That's a gamble. I think Diamonde is a good footballer, right? The games I've watched of him now seem to be linked with him. I think he's a very good player. There's something there. I understand why there's a lot of talk about Diamonde around Europe. But when it's only your first real professional season, £100 million is a lot of fucking money. And it is a gamble. Do Liverpool take that gamble? Do Liverpool go into the market this year and go, look, Diamonde's our choice? It's brave of Liverpool. I ain't going to lie. It's brave of Liverpool. If they feel like, if they've gone from day one, Salah's leaving, and Diamonde's our number one choice. Yeah, he's only played one season, but he's our number one choice. Then you've got to go and buy him. You do. You've got to go and buy Diamonde. If he's your number one pick and you've been scouting him all season and you've decided he's the guy, you just got to go and get him. And you take the £100 million gamble. You just do. And it could work. If it fails, you go look stupid. If it works, you go look like a genius. So it's something Liverpool got to consider. I like Barcola. I'd get Barcola on the left-hand side. I ain't fucking around. That's who I'd get eventually to replace Luis Diaz. I'd go and get Barcola, who actually might be a lot cheaper than Diamonde in a weird way. Then the midfield situation, I'd go and get Sangare and Kamara now. I wouldn't get Adam Walton. I don't think Adam Walton does anything to change our midfield. I think we need a bit more physicality in there. So go and get Sangare and Kamara. Just get both of them. Play them together. Who gives a shit? I like Walton. I think Walton's great on the ball. I just don't think he does anything to change this Liverpool midfield at all. And what we're hearing now is that Liverpool want a physical midfielder. They want a physical midfielder. Walton's not a physical midfielder. So it depends what you want to do there. Sangare and Kamara will probably cost a little bit more together than just Walton on his own. So Liverpool might look down that route or just buy one of them. I don't know. It's about replacing these players, man. You can't look. I like Leone. I think Leone's got a lot of. There's a lot of way Leone plays that I actually like. I think he's going to be a star. Shemar Shake, I know nothing about, but it's still a massive gamble for Liverpool not to replace Konaté, just believing in these two players. Also, by the way, I don't care that they're 19 or 20 years of age either. You know, we got some experience in the team, but if these players are good enough and you believe in them that much, you've got to give them the ability to play football. I'd still buy an experienced centre-back. Liverpool have to buy an experienced centre-back. Can't just have Virgil and two youngsters. You know, they might be great. You still need experience around there. So, yeah, if I'm Liverpool, replace Konaté, man. You have to. 100%. You've got to go. For me, you've got to replace Konaté this season. You need a right back. You need two midfielders. And you need two wingers. That's what Liverpool... We need 7 players this summer at least. A right back, a Konaté replacement, 2 midfielders, 6 players in, and 2 wingers. That's what Liverpool need to do. Will they do it? Fuck knows. Fuck knows. I wouldn't be surprised now that I wouldn't be shocked now that they go, you know what, Konaté's leaving. We're going to leave the midfielder and just go and get a centre back. It wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me. Because I don't think we're going to get all them players. You know what I'm saying? If Jan demands to go 100 million euros, I bet it happens. So what's 100 million euros? About 85 million quid. I can see it. I like Barcola. Barcola's my guy. I think he's big MMA football guy. I think he's a little bit better off the left, though, ain't he? Like, I know he can play off the right, but I think he always looks a lot better off the left. I don't know if you agree with that, but I like Barcola. Barcola's my number one pick. Always has been. big up, Franz. Big up, man. Been a while. I hope you're doing well. Schlotterbeck's 45 million release clause to certain teams, including Liverpool. Big up, buddy. Yeah, I'm all for that. I'm all for that. I'm all for Schlotterbeck. I really am. Then we're all happy, ain't we? So it's about replacing these players, man. Barcola can also cover the striker role. Yeah. Yeah, I'm all about Barcola. Like, man, Scraps, if he's in the chat here, tell you. Barcola's my guy, man. Give me Barcola. I think too many people at the moment be up, buddy, man. I think too many people at the moment are always looking at GA for these wingers. I think what we do need to look at is what these wingers bring you off the ball. I think what these wingers, what attackers do today off the ball is just as important as what they do on the ball. And that's why Anthony Gordon's going to Barcelona. The reason Anthony Gordon's going to Barcelona is because he's a pressing machine and his work rate off the ball. You know, they play with a high line, which means if you're going to play with that high line and attack-minded front-footed football, you need a press. You need a press on both sides of the pitch, and you need a press for 90 minutes. Anthony Gordon, he might not get you the goals and assists, but what he does off the ball with that pressing, running, and work rate is extremely important. And that's something we don't have anymore. We don't have that. You know, Mo, who I love the bits, weren't that at 33. Cody Gakpo doesn't do it. Trainione, you don't expect Rio, you don't expect Rio to do that at his young age of 17 anyway. So you don't really want Rio to be doing that part of his game anyway. But you want players that can naturally do that off the ball. Gordon just spoke Spanish. I'm really big up. That's why I wanted Anthony Gordon. Everyone kept telling me, Jay, why do you want Anthony Gordon? Why do you want Anthony Gordon? Anthony Gordon would have been really good for us this season because his pressing and work rate on that left-hand side would have been unreal. And plus, look, he can get the odd goal here and there, assist there. And there's something about them play. That's what Liverpool got to look at. And a lot of people look at Barcola and all that and, you know, sometimes bring up his goals and his assists. His GA is actually quite good. Last season, it was excellent. This season, maybe not as good, right? But it's his work rate as well. His work rate is excellent. You know, Barcola don't play for a PSG team without having great work rate. And that's what he gives you off the left-hand side. So I think sometimes, yeah, we look at the GA, you know, Mo Salah getting 50 GA a season, all that is a freakish thing. But Mo in his heyday had tremendous work rate. You know, this myth of Mo not covering fullbacks and all that. Mo's work rate when he was 27, 28, 29 was out of this world. Out of this world. He pressed like a demon. That's what Liverpool don't have today. And I think Liverpool going to miss a trick. And that's why I like Barcola. Barcola's work rate is excellent. That's why he plays for PSG. Because he has that work rate. I agree with you, Jamie, 100%. People underappreciate his energy and the chaos he can bring in any backline in the Premier League and the world. And that would cause turnovers. Exactly. The turnovers you get with it would be mad. Jamie, agree, bro. Henderson gave us the same thing. It's now we are seeing the importance of Hendo. Yeah, Hendo was great. Look, me and Hendo, man, I love Hendo to bits, man. Greatest captain. You know, leadership, energy, work rate. You know, I didn't need Hendo to score goals. Do you know what I mean? I didn't need Jordan Henderson to score goals for Liverpool Football Club. I needed him to do what he did in that midfield. Work rate, run, move. You know, apparently, according to Paul Joyce today, Liverpool apparently got in touch with Anthony Gordon very late on. but he already chose Barcelona, so we missed out. So Liverpool are definitely looking for left wingers. That's why I think we're buying a left winger and a right winger this season. But work rate is extremely important, man. Especially when you're playing higher up the pitch. You want your team to press. You want them to work. You know, you want them to run. You want to get turnovers. You know, Liverpool, when was the last time Liverpool got any turnover through pressing? Can anyone remember? No, I'm not lying, guys. When was the last time, really, Liverpool got a turnover through pressing? Was it back in Jurgen Klopp's day? You know what I mean? It's what a lot of teams do. They press the shit out of you. Big up, man. Big up. Gordon, a good season, 7 goals, 8 assists in the game, but like 10 or 15 pressure a game with 2 to 3 recoveries and gaining fouls in defensive positions. Yeah, exactly. Gordon picked up free kicks in dangerous positions all the time. You know, them sort of thing. Yeah, Jota pressed like a machine. Big up Jota, man. Rest in peace. Big up Jota and his family, man. But look at the free kicks that Liverpool used to win. We barely win penalties now. We barely win free kicks. You know, because we don't work around the box. We don't press. We don't have energy. We don't win turnovers. We don't snap into challenges. All that's gone. We went for technical footballers. You know, don't want to do the other side of the game. Now we need to go and get them players now and get a nice mixture with the technical players we got. Now we need bastards. We got no bastards. Who's the bastard in our side? Sadio Mane was a bastard in the day. He used to fucking elbow people, knee people, get stuck in, crunching tackles on that left wing, but still gave you goals and assists, yeah? But Mane was a horrible bastard, yeah? Mo was a horrible bastard. Bobby was a horrible bastard through technical beautifulness. You know, bringing the ball down, dummying people, stuff like that, putting the ball through people's legs, pressing them to death. Where's our bastards, man? Where's Liverpool's bastards? There ain't one. We need them. We need them. Why do you think everyone hates Arsenal? Because they're all bastards. Arsenal players are all bastards. They do the dirty tactics. They win a lot of free kicks. They win a lot of set pieces. They win a lot of turnovers, yeah? Because everyone presses like machines. Everyone pressing from the front. Winning turnovers. Being bastards. Where's that bastard? That's why I thought Anthony Gordon would be a good player for Liverpool. Oh, yeah, it's definitely by design for the manager. And that's what pisses me off even more, yeah? That's why I don't want the manager here. This manager needs to go. You know, we're all too nicey-nicey now. We shake your hand after sex. That's what we are. That's what Liverpool have turned into. We shake your hand after sex and say thank you. You know, that's what Liverpool have turned into. Where before, they just kick the woman out of bed, tell her to get dressed by herself, and make sure she leaves the keys on the counter. That's the old Liverpool. The new Liverpool is like, shake your hand. I can't believe you let me have sex with you. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. I love you. I love you. I love you. That's Liverpool today, man. Give me the old Liverpool. Give me the bastard again. Give me a bastard, man. Everyone's too concerned about looking pretty and looking nice and, let's get 27 goals from left wing. Nah, I'm done with all that shit. Football's changed. Football's changing, man. Yeah, big up, C. Football's changing. You know, you're telling me Anthony Gordon wouldn't have scored goals for Liverpool, by the way. You're telling me Anthony Gordon, who's a Liverpool fan, man, who's a massive Liverpool fan, wouldn't have scored goals for Liverpool? Of course he would have. He all worked his socks off. In 2 years' time, we would have sat there loving him. Yeah? Just give me bastards, man. I'm sick of all the, you know. Kvaratskhelia is a bastard. He's the best left winger in the world, but he still leaves one on you if he wants to. Yeah, just give me bastards, man. I'm just. Oh. Got Cody Gakpo getting 17 goals last season, and yeah, just done with all that bollocks. Done with all that bollocks. Right, I'm going to do something a bit fun now. Going to do something, maybe not fun, but all right, we're going to do this quick. I wanted to do this the other day, but forgot about it. Let's do a tier list. Right. Let's do a tier list, guys. Right, we are going to rank these players out of 10. 1 is dog shit. 10 is great. How can I choose this analogy? It just comes to me, see, to be fair. It just comes to me. 1 is terrible, 10 is great. Let's start with Alison Becker, guys. What are we giving Alison Becker in the chat? Let me know. Come on, what we giving? What we giving Ali, guys? Oh, what have I done there? Where's it gone? Oh, there it is. What are we giving Ali, guys? What are we giving Ali? Six, 8, 2.5, 5, 4, 5, mainly because of availability. Yeah, I'm with you on that. So Ali, I'm going to go 5 just because of availability, and also I don't actually think Ali's performed that well this season. I don't actually think he's been excellent this season. Right. Where are we going to give? Where are we? Right, Cody Gakpo. Let's go. I'm going to do a few interesting ones first. Cody Gakpo, guys. What are we going to give Cody Gakpo? What are we going to give Cody Gakpo, guys? Let me know in the chat, man. What are we going to give Cody Gakpo? Let me know in the chat. One, 2, 1, 3, 0, 3. A slap. I'm going to give Cody a 3. I think Cody's been. I think he's been terrible. Curtis Jones. I'm going to go to some interesting ones first. Curtis Jones. I'm going to rank them all, then we'll come back to them. Curtis Jones, guys. What are we doing with Curtis? I think Curtis had a good season. I'm going to try and be quite honest with this as well. I think Curtis has done pretty well this year. Is 7 fair for Curtis? I think Curtis has been one of our better players. Big up Solo. 7 for Curtis. We happy with a 7? Played right back everywhere. We'll come back to some, guys. We'll come back to some. Let us finish it, and then we'll go back and rearrange it, all right? This is interesting. Virgil van Dijk, guys. Virgil van Dijk. Virgil van Dijk. This is going to be an interesting one with Virgil. I don't think Virgil's been great this season. I think Virgil's a 6, personally. We all good with 6? Because I haven't got points, you know. If we say 6, you can say 6.5 if you want, that sort of thing. A 6 or a 7, guys? What one? 6 or a 7? Right. 6 or 7, guys. Let's see how many of you get 6 or 7. Yeah, he's a lot higher than I thought he would be, fair. He's a lot higher than I thought he would be. Captain Sales is a 5. There's a few 6s around. Quite a few 6s around. Right, 6 then. Guys, we can come back and rearrange it, all right? Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. We'll come back at the end and rearrange it. I'm going to, let's take the Band-Aid off, yeah? Let's take the Band-Aid off. His centre-back partner. Ibu Konaté. Where does Konaté go, man? Where does Konaté go? Where does Konaté go? Five threes. 5, 4, 3. 4, 6 from Alex. 7.5. 4. 5 is fair. Okay. Guys, do we all believe Virgil's been better than Konaté this season, yeah? Do we think Virgil's been just a little bit better? Yeah, Virgil's been a little bit better. I agree. I don't think there's a lot in it. As I said, I think Ibu's been not. I don't think Virgil's been excellent this year, but I think he has been a little bit. I think he has been better than Ibu. McAllister. This is going to be interesting. Alexis McAllister has played 53 games in midfield for Liverpool, more than any other midfielder this season. I do believe I saw there today. No midfielder apparently has played more games in midfield than Alexis McAllister this season. Oh, dear. A lot of ones, man. A couple of threes. 1 for turning up. Should we go 2, go in between? Should we go 2 in between 1 and 3, yeah? Should we go 2? Three alongside Cody. Right, here's one. Guys, has McAllister been better or worse than Cody Gakpo? Just put better or worse in the live chat. Has McAllister been better or worse than Cody Gakpo? In the live chat, just write better or worse. Some worse, same. Yeah, I'm with the same as well. Worse, better, worse. It's slightly better than Cody. Well, just crazy. Samey. Chills, I think they will be as well. I think Tottenham will be good next season. Both belong in a 1. Both been shit. I would say they've both been shit, yeah. By the way, a 3 out of 10 is terrible, guys. You know what I'm saying? 3 out of 10 is out of this, like, bad. I'm going to bring Curtis down to a 6 level with Virgil van Dijk. Okay. All right. Szoboszlai has been our player of the year. I think we can all agree with it. But that doesn't mean he's like up here. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't mean he's up here. 7 or 8. I don't think he's not been a 9 or a 10. He's been our player of the year, but that don't mean he's been a 9 or a 10. A lot of 8s for Sobbo. I think Sobbo in the last few weeks has dropped off quite a lot. But I think he's been an 8, yeah. You know, he's pretty much been our best player this season. I think he only got like 13 goals this season as well. I mean, he's one free kick away from breaking the record, weren't he, or something this season as well. Rio. Right, you got to go. I think Rio is a 7. Am I wrong? Rio's barely played, but the games he's played, I think he's been our best winger. So 7 for Rio. I think he's been our best winger, yeah. Yeah, Rio 7, man. Oh, this is going to get tasty. Florian Wirtz. Guys, Florian Wirtz. Florian Wirtz, man. Now, there was a space in time this season for about 4 or 5 weeks with Konaté where Wirtz played really well and got quite a bit of XG. Yeah. Quite a bit of XG. What am I saying? GA. Got a few goals and a few assists. But that's be fair here. He's been shit. Am I holding Kirkes? I'm holding Kirkes, ain't I? Why am I holding Kirkes? Fucking blind as a bat. Fucking glasses on. Holding fucking Kirkes, man. Right, now I've got the right guy. Got my glasses on. Right. Yeah. I'm going 4. I'm being honest, guys. I want to be honest. I don't want to do a tier list and just rank people stupidly. Like, Virgil's never been a 6 for Liverpool ever. Do you know what I mean? I think Alisson's probably been a little bit more consistent in goal when he has played. So a 6. But when was the last time? PLD. When was the last time we ranked Virgil and Alisson a 6 out of 10 in any season? Virgil and Alisson are usually there, 9 and 10. So that's how poor they've been. So a 6 is a big drop-off, man. Massive drop-off. Right, Ekitike started the season beautifully, then started to tire out a little bit because he was the only striker playing, and then obviously ruptured his Achilles that ruined his season. Hopefully not his career. Where would we put Ekitike, man? Ekitike's at 8. 4. I thought it might be a little low, Reese. See, I was thinking these two here. Oh, 7. We're in between that 7 and 6 mark, like 6.5, ain't we? That's where we're in between here, ain't it? Hang on. Whoa. Oh, my God. What have I done? Oh, my God. What have I done? How do I make that better? Oh, I don't want to press anything because I'll fuck it all up. Right, hang on. I have completely effed this up. Hang on, guys. One second. He was there. There we go. Right, hang on. Add a row above. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. There you go. Right. Because we've got quite a lot of 6.5s, ain't we? So let me do that. Right. 6.5. I pressed the wrong button. I do apologize. Right. Is there anyone you want to put in 6.5? Is anyone you want to put in 6.5? Is Hugo 6.5 because of the injuries? Unfortunately, missed out quite a lot of the team. Hit enter. Yeah, that is true. Ekatike in 6.5. Just because he got injured, didn't he? And he did fall off a little bit. Where some games where he was a bit quiet, didn't score and stuff like that. And didn't really come, you know. You want to put Jones in 6.5 as well? Ali in 6.5. How about that? Sobo and Ekatike together. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, Frimpong. When we completed it, we'll go back to it and move people around. Right, Frimpong, guys. After we've completed it, we'll move people around, okay? We'll move people around, okay? This ain't the finished article yet. Has Frimpong been better or worse than Matt Callister and Gakpo? Are they the same? Has Frimpong been really just as good as these two? You make me do it again, ain't you? You make me do it. Okay. I should have just done decimal points to start with. You bastards. Right. There you go. 3.5. Right, Endo would give a 1-2. I love Endo, but he never played. Chiesa never played. Oh, actually, Chiesa, he got a goal in the opening day of the season. It was the winning goal against Bournemouth, so I'll give him a 2 just because of that. Who else is here? Leone only. Look, I'll give Leone a 2 because I'm going to give Leone a 2 just because I actually think against Southampton before the injury, he was fantastic in that game. So that's why I'm giving him a 2. Yeah, I'm not going to rate. Do you know what? I'm not going to rate these two because of the injuries and they never played. I'm not going to rate Leone and Endo. I'm going to give Chiesa a 2 just because of the winning goal against Bournemouth. He's a 9 flag. Leone was great against Southampton, but because that was the only game he played, we can't really put him in a season rating, can we? It's not fair for him. Ryan Gravenberch. Right, now this is where we're stuck. Was Ryan Gravenberch better or worse than Alexis McAllister this season? Just put worse or better in the live chat, guys. Was Gravenberch better or worse than Alexis McAllister this season? I think he's got 6 Premier League goals. It was a little bit better. Both shite. I'll have a look at that, Chills. Right. You're going to make me do this again, ain't you? I should have just done this to start with. What is an N? Press an N instead of the point. 4 point. Oh, it's new, weren't it? 0.5. There you go. 4.5. Right. We'll come back to it, guys. Yeah, we'll come back to all this. Yeah, we'll come back. Don't get irate, people. Don't get irate. Alexander Isak. This is going to be fun. So Alexander Isak obviously broke his leg, but he did play quite a lot of footballs. He did play quite a lot of football. McAllister came out saying he's been unfairly scapegoated this season. McAllister get a knock on the head. Our world record transfer, or British transfer, sorry. Yeah, he's going in free, ain't he? He's going in free. He's going in free. He scored a couple of goals, so that's why he's in a free. That's why he's in a free. Kirkes. This will be interesting. Kirkes might have ended up being our best player that we bought this summer. What are we saying for Kirkes, man? What are we saying for Kirkes? 5.5, 6.55. What if I do this? Make everyone happy. What if I do that? Everyone seems to like this. Oh, not 4.4. I am so blind. There you go. What if I do that? I like Kirkes, by the way. But the thing is, guys, we can't rate these players that highly. We were shit. We finished 5th in the league, conceding 77 goals and losing 20 games. So I can't rate players too highly. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I hear you, Black Prince. I hear you. Right, I'm going to leave Kirkes there at 5.5. And we'll come back to it. Let's just pull the Band-Aid off here. Mohamed Salah. 20 GA this season. Just throwing that in there. All right, I'm just throwing that in there. Still had 20 GA this season. All right, where you putting Mo Salah? He was actually our best player at the end of the season as well. I think him and Virgil were very similar this year. Do you agree with me? I think Mo and Virgil were very similar this year in the way they played. Was that both a 6? 20 GA he got. Look, again, Mo's usually up here. Ali's usually up there. Virgil's usually up there. This is so low for these two. And big up, I'm going to give Salah a 6 just for the fact that he told the world how much of a cunt Arne Slot is. So he gets a 6 for that alone. All right. I think him and Virgil have been very similar this season, way below their best. Guys, remember, if we did an end of year review in the last few years, Ali would be 9 or 10, Salah would be 9 or 10, Virgil would be 9 or 10. The drop off they've had is mad, absolutely mad. But yeah, I'm giving Salah a 6 because he did get 20 GA. I think only Ekitike scored more goals than Mo Salah this season, I believe, in the way forwards. I think only Ekitike scored more goals. So I'll give him that, man. And then he told the world how shit Slot is. And that is, if you ask me, that's enough. Freddie Woodman, for the games that he played, gets a 7. Shoot me down. If I'm doing that, to be fair, I've got to put Ali there as well. No, I can't. No, I can't have Woodman above Ali. That's just stupid. For the games Woodman played, being third choice, I'm giving him 6.5. For the games Woodman play, actually, I'll give Woodman a 6. 6.5, still a bit too high. His third choice goalkeeper. Third choice, guys. Should never have played for Liverpool. He came in, he did a job, held it down for the few games that he played. I think the 6 out of 10 is a perfect rating. I think he played all right, man. I think a 6 out of 10 for Freddie Woodman's perfect. Right, Mum. Oh, Jesus Christ. Right, have at it, guys. This is on you. Mum and Dad, surely. I've got no say in this one. This is all down to you guys in the chat. Go for it. Mum and Dad, surely. Go for it. No goalkeeper at Liverpool conceded more goals than Mum and Dad, surely this season, I believe. Like, for average of minutes games played. For minutes played as a goalkeeper, I think he conceded more goals than any Liverpool goalkeeper this season. Well, we're looking low, ain't we? Chills my keeper an 8. Big up, Chills, man. I'm not getting arguments about Mama. I don't think right. I'm going to put Mama Dashili in 5.5. No, 5. I don't think Mama Dashili's been as terrible as everyone makes out, but he's kicking his dog shit, man. You know, and that's not all his fault. The players play to his right foot when he's left-footed. I'm not a big fan of Mama Dashili at the moment. I'm a bit concerned, but I don't think he's been. Yeah, it's just me. I'm all right with him there. Robbo. I forgot about Robbo. Where does Robbo sit, guys? Where does Robbo sit? Where does Robbo sit this season? Where does Robbo sit this season? I thought he played okay in games at times when he came on. But again, he's part of a defence that conceded over 70 goals when he played. He didn't play like the amount. I think there were some games he played where I thought he was actually very good. But he didn't play enough for me to rate him high. You know, he didn't play enough for me to rate him extremely high. I'm gonna go 5 on Robbo. He had some very good games, but then he did have games where he just looked awful. It's Joe Gomez. Joe Gomez. Where we put in Joey G again, didn't play well this season. Again with Joey, had some good games, but very far and few between. A lot of really poor performances. Where we put in Joey, man. Four. Connor Bradley. Obviously had the highlight game against Real Madrid. Then injury suffered his career. Made of biscuits. 4. Going there, yeah. Right, I'm not going to rate these guys. They didn't play enough minutes. Trainee only played, 12 minutes all season? I'm not going to rate Dre. Dre needs to play more games next season. They only played that one game, which was great. Endo played, half an hour? And obviously, he didn't play anything, man. Right. So. That is that. They're the ratings. Right. What player do you want moved, guys? What player do you want moved? What player do you want moved? Let me know a player you want quickly moved. What player do you want moved in the list? Where do you want them moved to? Where do you want them to go? Sobo should be the only 8. I agree. I agree with that. I think Sobo is our best player this season. Should be the only 8. You want Salah down a bit? 5.5? Are we happy with Salah at 5.5? Ali had 8. I don't think Ali was that. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, Chiesa. Where did I put? So Chiesa had that goal line clearance against Sunderland, and obviously the winning goal against Bournemouth. There is 2 big things this season. That's why I got him at a 2. Graham Birch to McAllister's level. I think Graham Birch is better than McAllister this season. Right, I'm going to say one thing, guys. I think Graham Birch was better than McAllister this season, but not by much. Right? I'm going to go grab 4. McAllister 3. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I think Ekitike was our second best player this season. But I think Rio... Right, I don't... Right, I'm going to put Rio there. Because I've got to go in the minutes played. And I'm going to put Ali there. I think we've got to have a bit of a obvious choice. I think Szoboszlai is our best player this season. And I think Ekitike is our second best player this season. And then I think Ali was actually good when he played. I think Rio, for the minutes he's played, I think 6.5 is good. I think Curtis Jones at 6.5 is good. I think that's a right. I think that list there, I think this is about bang on. Personally, let me know what you guys think. We got Szoboszlai as our best player at 8, second best player this season, Ekitike at 7. Then we've got a mixture here of 6.5s of Curtis Jones, Rio, and Ali. Because when Ali did play, he was still a fantastic goalkeeper. We're giving Woodman a 6 just because the 3 games Woodman played. I think as a third choice goalkeeper, I don't think he did anything that wrong. And I think he looked decent. Virgil's had a drop off, so a 6 out of 10, I think is correct for Virgil. Kirkhead's 5.5 because he started the season poorly, grew into it. Salah, a 5.5 for Mo Salah is unheard of. That's how poor he's been this season. Konaté, for me, has been a little bit worse than Virgil. Mahmoud has had a bad time of it in goal, conceding a lot of goals. Robbo's had a few good games here and there, especially in Europe. So I think a 5 is fine for him. Wirtz, I'm going to put Wirtz at a 4.5, guys. The reason I'm going to put Wirtz at a 4.5 is because he did have quite a few GA this season, where he had a few good weeks, got some goals and assists. So I just think he was a little bit better than some other players. So, yeah, there's the list, man. There's our list. Part of me wants to do that, you know. Part of me wants to put McAllister in 2 with Chiesa. Because I ask you, has McAllister had 2 better games than Chiesa this season? I think Chiesa's had 2 good games. Coming on to get the winner against Bournemouth and playing well and getting the goal line clearance against Sunderland to get us the draw. As McAllister had 2 games that are better than that than Chiesa this season. I haven't got a picture of Arne Slot, but Arne Slot goes in the basement. You know, trapdoor settings. You know? What's under that trapdoor? If you know, you know. I think McAllister's been fucking dog shit. I ain't gonna lie, man. Slot is in the basement. Lock and key. No bread, just water. That's Arne Slot, man. No bread, just water. Yeah, the Madrid game. Oh, yeah, McAllister was good. Yeah, that's why I'd say, yeah. So I think a 2 for McAllister. I think he's been our worst midfielder this season. Right, who's been our worst midfielder this season, chat? I think McAllister has. Who's been our worst midfielder this season? For me, it's McAllister. Let me know in the chat. Who's been our worst midfielder this season? And we're just going off this season alone, guys, not previous season or anything. Just this season. Curtis Jones has not been our worst midfielder this season. Yeah, put a name in, guys. Who's been Liverpool's worst midfielder? I actually think it has been McAllister. I think we got these ratings pretty much bang on, to be fair. I think we got these ratings pretty much bang on. A 2 for McAllister, Chiesa 2, Gakpo 3, Isak 3, Frimpong 3.5, Gomez, Bradley, and Gravenberch at 4, Verts at 4.5, Konaté, Marmondashvili, and Robbo at 5, Kirkhead and Salah at 5.5, Virgil and Woodman at 6s, Curtis Jones, Rio, and Allison at 6.5, and then our 2 best players this season, Szoboszlai at 8 and Kirkhead at a 7. I think that is the perfect list. I ain't gonna lie. I actually think that might be the perfect list. I think that might be the perfect list. I think that might be the perfect list. Yeah, I put Konaté in 5 just because I was being fair. I did say earlier, the games he played after his dad passed away, for them 4 or 5 games, he was very, very good. So that's why he's in a 5 and not a 4. Yeah, big up. Matt was overly the worst. Yeah, I think we got this bang on. Big up the chat, man. Thank you very much. We'll be going live for over 2 hours now. I'm going to leave it there. You guys have been tremendous as always. Thank you very much. Big up to every single one of you. I will do the watch along tomorrow night for the Champions League final. So make sure you're joining me for the Champions League final tomorrow night. And hopefully we see PSG win that game. Otherwise, it's going to be horrible. So big up, guys. Make sure you join me tomorrow night for the watch along for the Champions League final. Arne Slot's in the basement on this list, guys. His picture is not allowed to be put on the telly. You're not allowed to see his picture, guys. It's one of them things, you know. It's one of them things. You can't see his picture, but he's in the basement. As I said earlier, just water, no bread. Just water, no bread. And it's all dark and damp down there. Do you know what I mean? Can't see his picture. He's not allowed. Big up the chat, man. Much love to everyone. I'll see you all tomorrow for the watch along. Champions League final. Big up, people. Bye-bye for now.